Most streamers fail before they even go live. Not because they're not talented or anything, but because their desk looks like a freaking junk drawer and their audio sounds like a drive-through headset. I'm looking at you, Wendy's. You've been told you need a $1,000 DSLR camera, a $400 microphone, and an entire lighting rig just to look decent. Well, today, I'm proving that's a freaking lie. I'm holding a 63-gram device that will pretty much replace everything on my desk if I needed to. This is the brand new OBSBOT Tiny 3, and this thing is remarkably tiny. Like, this is a little USB adapter, and it's just barely twice the size of it. For even more context, here's my generic root beer that I got from Kroger, and it's about double the size of this webcam. So yeah, you could say this thing is pretty freaking tiny. And by the end of this video, I'm gonna show you a secret hidden feature inside this webcam that you're not gonna wanna miss out. But first, we gotta talk about why your audio is holding you back. As a creator for the past 8 years, my #1 rule is that your audio is much more important than your video. If people can't hear you or you sound awful, then they're gonna leave. Usually that means spending at least $100 on an external microphone like this, but the Tiny 3 here uses a silicone MEMS-based technology, which in normal people terms just makes it sound like a studio mic and not one of those crappy headset mics. So let's plug this in and see what it actually looks and sounds like. This is what the new OBSBOT Tiny 3 looks and sounds like. For reference, I'm gonna put my arm out. It's about an arm's length away from my mouth, and this is the OBSBOT Center software that comes with the webcam. And I'm gonna be using this microphone for the rest of the video just so you guys can actually hear what it sounds like. I also want to thank OBSBOT for sending me over this webcam so you guys can actually see it and hear it. So shout outs to them for sending it and sponsoring this video. But if we go to the More tab and then we scroll down to where it says audio, they actually have 5 different audio modes that you can pick from. And I personally think directional mode is going to be best for streamers because the directional mode, aka my favorite, it locks onto your voice and ignores your loud PC fans. However, it also has a dual directional mode, which is best for face-to-face interviews if you're interviewing someone. Then they have a pure audio mode, which has 0 processing, which you can use if you're a musician or doing ASMR videos. Then they have the smart omni mode, which is a 360-degree pickup, and it's perfect for when you have the whole squad over for a podcast. And last but not least, they have the spatial audio mode, which gives you that 3D you are there feel. And to show off the noise cancellation mode, I currently have it set to pure audio mode, so this is pretty much giving you the raw audio signal. So I'm gonna play some coffee ambience on my phone, place it over there. So you should be able to hear some background noise, maybe some clanking and things of that nature. However, let's see what happens when we change it to directional mode, which should help with some noise cancellation. So now that it's on directional mode, you should hear more of my voice and less of the outside noise, which helps cancel out that noise. Now, if we compare both the audio from the microphone on the webcam and the webcam quality to everything that's built into my laptop right now, let's see the actual difference. This is what the built-in camera and microphone sound like on my laptop. So you can hear the audio is probably pretty tinny. I actually can't hear it until editing this video. And then this is the image of the actual onboard webcam that's built into the laptop. So this is what it sounds and looks like compared to the Tiny 3, which it looks a lot clearer and probably sounds a lot nicer too. But another really cool audio feature that I've never seen before on this webcam is that if you go to console, you'll see the AI modes, and one of them is voice tracking. And if I enable voice tracking and walk off screen, it's gonna use the microphone to detect where I am. So let's actually check this out. So I put the webcam to sleep because I guess you can do that. I'm now off screen. So now I'm gonna tell it to wake up by saying, "Hi, Tiny." And now we're gonna give it a second to turn on, and it automatically tracks me from my voice, and it's gonna automatically track me using my voice. So you can see that little bar pops up, but I'm gonna put it to sleep and go to the other side of the room just to show how powerful this is. So I'll say, "Sleep, Tiny." Now I'm gonna go to the other side of the room and say, "Hi, Tiny, track me." Oh, and right there, you can see it tracked us just off of the echolocation. It's like a freaking bat. So no longer are the days that you go off camera and it gets caught on something different. You can actually just have your voice track you from the webcam. The second thing we need to know about this new webcam is that the sensor is absolutely bonkers. Most cheap webcams look like they're filmed through a freaking potato, and that's because of the sensor. But the Tiny 3 has a massive 1x1.28 inch CMOS sensor, which basically means it's freaking awesome because the bigger the sensor, closer, the more light gets let into the shot, which means that it's also a low light king. Because if we go under the image category and then we go over to exposure, it has an ISO range of 100 to 12,800, which is basically just the lighting and exposure of the webcam. And because it has this large of a range, I can actually turn off my lighting like this, and you're still gonna get a pretty good crystal clear image because of that sensor. Like, I have no additional lighting. I'm in pretty much complete dark blackness except for the LEDs behind me, yet my face is still very clear. It's very well lit in this dark room. And you can see the frame rate is still 60 frames per second and super smooth, even though I have no lighting. Because what happens with other webcams, especially like the C920 or the Brio, as soon as you turn off the lights and you have no lights and you artificially turn up the exposure to like raise it up, it's gonna drop the frame rate and not look smooth at all. But literally I'm sitting in pretty much complete darkness minus those lights behind me, and it doesn't look like that at all. It's manufactured all this additional lighting all within this tiny little webcam, which is freaking nuts. Another really cool feature that you don't really see anywhere else is if we go over to the console, scroll all the way up, you can actually record in high FPS, like 120 frames per second at 1080p, which really opens up a lot of doors for your editing, because then you can slow down that footage and you get this nice cinematic slow-mo without any graininess or stuttering. It's just buttery smooth. And with the dual all-pixel PDAF, it basically just means that the autofocus is insane. So if we go to the image tab, then we go to focus, I'm gonna set autofocus, and I'm gonna hold up something on the screen. Let's use our classic Kroger root beer can. Literally, it takes maybe a quarter of a second, not even a quarter of a second, to autofocus on the root beer can and then back on my face, which is freaking crazy. So far, honest opinion, this thing is really blowing me out of the water. I was not expecting all this quality to be pretty good. Now, moving on to the AI tracking, this now has AI tracking 2.0, because most AI cameras just follow movement. So if your little cat Speedy runs past, it's gonna follow it, even though that's not what it's supposed to be tracking. So if we go to console and then scroll down, you can see that we have a single mode, we have group mode, we have headless, close up, all this stuff. I don't know why you'd want headless unless you're on OnlyFans, but I digress. Maybe you are, I don't know. There's no judgment. All you gotta know is the tracking got way better. And if we scroll down, you can see that we have hand tracking, and that's for all of my cooking streamers. So if you have your hands or you're building Legos or models, you could use the hand tracking and it will obviously track your hand. What else did you think it did? Duh. And then if you go to more, it still has the voice control, so you can say any of these phrases, and that way you can actually have it do those actions without having to click it or do anything else, so it's all hands-free. Now, another secret feature that isn't really available for most other webcams is if you go to the very top of the OBSBOT Center, you can hit more, and you'll see this RTC button. So you'll click that, and that basically is a remote control because it stands for RTC Remote Interaction. And what this basically does is it opens a link in a browser with no extra software, and you can have your friend or someone else go and pan tilt zoom your camera in their house with under 200 milliseconds of lag. So it feels pretty much instant. So if you're doing a live event and want a director to handle the shots while you focus on the game, then this will be your solution. Then on the more tab and scrolling down some bit, you'll be able to see that they have a switch to mode, which if you enable this, then this beautiful webcam will be compatible with your switch 2, which means you're gonna have some pretty crispy quality. And while it's compatible with the switch 2, it's also compatible with the Stream Deck. So if you want to map certain buttons to your Stream Deck with this webcam, you're able to do so, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to have different preset positions, like on your console here, like let's say I have this preset here, and then maybe we have a preset here, we can go back and forth with our Stream Deck or using these buttons if you're poor like me. But all you gotta know is that it's compatible with the Stream Deck. And that cool secret that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's actually a lot of them, so honestly any of these could have qualified. But one of my favorite things about this webcam is that if you go to the beauty tab and then you can scroll down, you can turn on the blur effect, so you have a nice DSLR blur in the background. You can even turn up the blur effect so it looks more professional like this. Or if you wanted to replace your background instead of having a blur, then, or you can do both truly, then you can add an image and it will basically give you a green screen without having a green screen. So that way you can easily green screen yourself without an actual green screen. Because worrying about the lighting on the green screen is a total pain in the butt. If you've used one before, you know. So this is a great workaround until you have a proper green screen setup. You can also have green screen enhancement in case you already have a green screen. You can also retouch yourself, which sounds really bad, but it's just different ways that make yourself look different, including filters and more things like eye tracking. So if you have a really strong graphics card, you can enable this, and basically it will make your eyes always focus on the webcam, even if you're not looking at the webcam, which honestly can be kind of creepy and taxing on your computer. So if you have a good enough setup, you can test that out as well. Another hidden secret Easter egg for you there. But basically, you guys aren't just buying just another webcam. You're buying a 4K webcam, a professional microphone, and an AI camera operator, all in that tiny little package. So if you want to look like a pro in 2026 without all of the cable headaches, then this is your solution. Now, I've got the Tiny 3 linked in the description down below for you guys, so go get your hands on one if you want one. And if you're ready to see more gear to take your stream setup to the next level, watch this playlist to the side of me. I have so many gear related videos there for you to watch. But my name's Cody, and I will see you in the next one.